Oh, wait a minute. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Hi, James. Lovely to see you there, and lovely to see everyone that's on the call today. So who is ready to get started with 2024? Our call today is all about let's get excited. So I'd like to not put in the chat, I don't know if I can see anyone else, but who is excited about 2024? We've got an amazing year ahead. We've got the Madrid, like all of the other things coming up. But anyway, I won't go on too much because everyone else is going to just share so much value this morning. And we've got some incredible speakers, thanks to James, who puts these calls on every single month. And I'm going to be introducing the first hour. My name's Paula, and then Erin's going to take over at 11 o'clock. So we're going to get started with our amazing Sue Worrell, who's going to be talking about our star products. And Sue is an NMD in the business. She's been a nutritionist for over 30 years, and she runs clinics in Cardiff and in London, and she's been taking Juice Plus for over 20 years, and she knows every single thing about Juice Plus. She's absolutely incredible. So are you there, Sue?
I am. I should share my screen. Everybody see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start the presentation. Let's just go. Okay, everyone. Clear my throat first. Hi, everyone. So yeah, it is exciting. The world needs Juice Plus more and more than ever. I say this all the time, but now we really, really do need it. I had an injury myself last year, and it wasn't for Juice Plus, I'd still be not able to get around, and I'm just back to normal. So thank God for Juice Plus. It's been a huge thing in my health and my energy levels and how good I am at the age of almost 76. So our world is full of toxins more than ever. We are making artificial meats. Our food is travels too far, picked too soon, depleted in nutrition. We've been talking about this for in all the press. We've been talking about the health of everybody, why the health is going down, why we've got problems now that we didn't have when we didn't even have antibiotics. So why is our health in such a state? And I think a lot of it's got to do with all the chemicals that we cannot disseminate, and also the food. There's so much ultra-processed food around these days. And 50% of Americans eat huge amounts, but it's not good pointing at the US, because 20% of our population eats 80% ultra-processed. That is hugely damaging to our body. We look after our cars better than we look after us, and we try to do fast, fatty diets that just deplete our fat cells so quickly that the toxins are left in our system, and then we go down with illnesses or look ill or deplete our energy. So that's one of the reasons I've always loved Juice Plus and the Juice Plus company, is that it tells you to take on the whole aspect of health and wellness. And all these things are a great important thing in our health and our vitality and how well we feel. But the center and the foundation of that is all about nutrition and what we eat. We're constantly being told that we need fruits and vegetables, but do we do it? No. Half our plate should be green and red and purple and have all the colors. We don't do it. We know from tons of medical research that it prevents all these diseases, but do we do it? No, we don't. So this is why the fruits and vegetables, this is why Juice Plus can help us not just get well, but save our lives for the future and make a big impact on how we eat and how well we eat. And Juice Plus makes it so easy. It really jumpstarts us from coming in after Christmas, feeling sluggish, energy gone, skin looking a bit dull. It really jumpstarts us into doing all the other things we need. And when you've got that start, you really get the motivation. So we now know from later studies, it should be a minimum of 10 just to keep well. Most of the studies do look at things of how we are to survive, but we want more than survival. We want vibrant lives. We want to enjoy our lives. So it's really important that we eat proper food from farms and run by farmers, not pharmacies run by scientists. And Juice Plus is real food. It is whole food nutrition. And it is farmed by these amazing farmers the farmers don't just, they're mostly family farmers, and they don't just not use pesticides and herbicides, etc. They farm the best possible variety of everything. So, for example, the cranberry farmer that I'm sure a lot of you will know, he grows the Belder variety, which has got a lot more polyphenols in it. The other farmers who grow the broccoli, they grow a different kind of broccoli. It's almost yellowy colored, but it's very, very high in nutrition. So we not only grow the best quality, but we grow the best variety as well. So those fantastic, important mega nutrients that are in those products, they get picked at the prime time, the perfect time when everything comes in. Most of our food is picked too soon because it would not last onto the shelves. This is picked at the prime time and either immediately gone to the minimal processing, or it's dry, freezed. And then we go through this pulverization, which releases all this fantastic nutrients. It helps release it. And for oranges, for example, they use the whole peel. I don't eat orange peel. Not many people do, maybe in a bit of cake, but not many people do. But most of the vitamin C in oranges is in the peel. And this is the same in other fruits and vegetables as well. So they pulverize it and use everything that is good about it. And then that is preserved, and it's powdered, blended, and very carefully dried with this state-of-the-art processing that they do in a nutraceutical laboratory. And then they're sealed in vegetable-based, vegan-based as well. Fantastic capsules made from pullulan, which is fermented tapioca. So we know all this, but we need to get it across to everybody else and say it in an easy way. So if you say the capsules are guaranteed to be whole food, they are actually food that's grown, that it is minimally processed so that the maximum amount of nutrients is still kept in there. And we encapsulate them for the very reason that we are preserving that precious nutrients, the thousands of tiny, tiny nutrients, until it's swallowed into your body. We could sell powders in tubs, which would be a lot cheaper. But once you open that tub and moisture and air gets in, it oxidizes pretty quickly and the nutrients deplete. So ours is the best product on the market. And we've got amazing people like Dr. Manfred Lamfrek, who tell us so and who explain the science, take the science and bring it into our language so we understand what it is and what we're getting from it. This is just an example of polyphenols. They know that they associate with a reduction in mortality of 30%, but they're not allowed to say that in supermarkets. When the supermarkets tried to say that, they were shut down. So we've got to be very careful. So we just say it's whole food encapsulated with all the nutrients, the millions of phytonutrients intact. So we've got all these studies. They're over 40 now, and we know they make a positive impact on heart and lung health, our immune system, and even our DNA. And these are the root of our whole health and why we're standing and why we can progress and get really healthy. So this is really, really important. And on some of these, it's not just one study, it's more than one study has told us this. So all these things we can share with people. So the latest studies are on the microbiome in the intestine wall. So we know about our bacteria health and our gut and how important that is. And what's the best for that? What's the best prebiotic for that? Fruits and vegetables. So these studies are ongoing, and I'm going to get some information on the latest ones. Before I go to Glasgow to the NMD meeting, I need to get the newest info for these presentations. We've got the best third-party assurance that our quality is perfect. It's very hard to get this, and we've got it for our product. So it is very precious. And the same powders go into the chewies, the soft chews. Sorry, the light's in my eyes, the sun's out, hooray. And these chews are the same powders. So if you've got adults who don't like swallowing capsules, they just have to take double the amount of those. And the brilliant children's health study is fantastic. I won't explain that. Whoever invited you in, ask them about it, because we're the only company that helps children. And what better gift can we give our children to get on the health ladder and get the good nutrition in them when they're very little. Our complete range, amazing. I'm still drinking my breakfast this morning. Complete range is fantastic. It's all about macronutrients, and the macronutrients are the big nutrients like protein and carbs and fiber. It's full of fiber. And the good thing about it is it has some other powders. It has different nutrients in there that we don't have in the capsules. So this is a fantastic match when you match together the capsules and the complete varieties, and the soup, and it's in the bars as well. So when you make the complete part of it with the capsules, it's a brilliant match, and it gives us a huge amount of nutrition. Even if people can't afford to have the whole fruit, veg, berries, and omegas, if you just start with complete and the berries, you get fantastic results, and it can build from there. So they are brilliant. I'm not going to read out all the things it says in the slides. You'll know that, and you get that from anywhere. I just want to touch on the proteins in them, and this bit about sugar. I've had a few people ask me since Christmas about the sugar. Drives me around the bend, but there you go. We need sugar to live. We need oligosaccharides. We need the different kinds of sugar to produce our energy. When they talk about 27 grams in the sugar in the complete, 15 grams of that is from the powder, but 12 grams comes from the milk. So if you mix it with water, if you really don't want that sugar, cut out the sugar from milk. And I use just a little bit of plant milk in mine. And the fiber is so good. We're all short of fiber. None of us eat enough fiber. The fiber is really good. It really slows down the sugar. The important thing about sugar is where it comes from and how fast it goes into your bloodstream. And complete is brilliant. I've turned so many people around from being pre-diabetic and diabetic to be no longer on the spectrum using complete. It is wonderful. The bars are the same in absolute quality, and what's in them is fantastic. They're great for sport, fantastic for cyclists or golfers, for the golf bag. Great thing to talk to people about when you listen to that conversation. And the soups are amazing. I don't buy thickening anymore. I don't use arrowroot or anything else. I use the Juice Plus Complete soups, and it thickens up casseroles and carries beautifully. Excuse me. So the booster, sorry, the booster is a very good product. I don't use it very often. I've only used it with people who are clinically obese, who've been very overweight in the past when I ran the clinics. But it has got this glucomannan, which is completely a fiber, nothing else, soluble fiber, not insoluble fiber, but that's what our bacteria love. They love some fiber in there, and we don't eat enough. So it's really good at lowering cholesterol and people with heart problems. The omega is just amazing. It has 3, 7, and 9. Changed it from having the 6 in there because there is too much 6 in the rest of our food. We actually had very high quality 6 in there, which was good, but it's become the norm and the standard that we have to go by, that we don't add 6 in there. Although the 6 that is dangerous is the nasty oils that are ultra processed and full of omega-6 and ready-made meals and cakes, etc. But it's still a product that contains all the things we need. And it's also got vitamin D, zinc, and lutein. And all these are really important. The best thing about our omegas is the fact that it does not deplete our oceans. It does not even interrupt our oceans. The omega-3 comes from the purest form of omega, which is called schizochetrum. And that is grown outside the ocean. It's not cheap to grow, but is the best source of omega-3. And that means that the fish are not depleted, and the oceans are not interrupted. The capsule is the same one that they use for the fruit, veg, and berries, and it is fermented tapioca and not the old animal products that they used to use. Very unusual for oil. Juice Plus had to work hard with the company to persuade them to make this to work with oil. So we've got a very clever capsule. This is all the things that the B vitamins do in our Uplift. Uplift is fantastic. I have one every single day, wouldn't be without it. And you can look this up, but B vitamins are mega important. Sorry, I've got a bit of a head cold. B vitamins are mega important. So you can look them up because it's really interesting, particularly for women before premenopausal and menopause. And it makes a lot of difference to our all-around health. So a lot of people buy B complex vitamins. We've got them all in Uplift. So that is fantastic. The latest product is the protein, and we needed this because people who work out and sports people wanted more protein. And we know that 20 minutes of HIIT exercise, any vigorous exercise, can decrease cardiovascular disease by 50%. But our Perform is amazing. It's not just for elite athletes. It has got all the very easily absorbable properties of the soy protein, which is not the normal soy you get in cheap soy products or even in some of the milk. It is carefully grown by the Juice Plus company. It is cold water washed and slightly processed so that it is a clean and very, very easy to absorb protein. So women need protein as well, especially as you get older. And when you put vitamin C together and protein, a high quality type of vitamin C, you get a reaction that we make better collagen. And this makes better collagen than the beauty collagen tablets you can buy for your face and skin. So it ticks all the boxes. The products are amazing. I think this year is going to be a really good year for Juice Plus because everybody wants to have a quick fix or a fatty diet. What they want more is results. And once they understand the difference, I'm sure it will just thrive. And that's the beauty of Juice Plus. All these products make a difference. And so you get the results and the testimonials. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sue, as always, absolutely incredible. Every single time I listen to your presentation, and how many years I've been doing Juice Plus, I just always learn something new from you. You're absolutely amazing. So thanks again for that. And can everyone please put in the chat a big thank you to Sue, and also a top takeaway, maybe something that you learned today that you never knew before. So we're going to move on to Sam Williams now, who's does Juice Plus part-time alongside being a head teacher, and she's going for SC in the business. Are you there, Sam?
I am here. Hi.
Hi.
I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous.
I'm assistant head, actually, not head teacher.
Oh, okay. No worries.
I want to give myself a promotion.
And so if you just want to just give us a minute or two just of your story.
Yeah, well, I'm an assistant head of a really big primary school, and I'm also in charge of special needs. So I'm an ALN but a SENCO in England terms. I've got 2 children, 2 dogs, 2 teenage children, which keep me busy. I work long hours, and I first got into the business mainly because I was interested in the berry capsules because I was suffering really badly with hormonal acne, which I just couldn't seem to get rid of at all. Nothing I tried, no creams, nothing from the GP. And COVID, wearing the mask just seemed to exacerbate it. And it was really inflamed. And my confidence was just really, really low. I didn't want anybody looking at my face. It was all around here. It was really red and sore. And you know, I really felt for those teenagers that have to go around with, acne themselves. And Tracy, my upline, kept seeing these posts all the time. And I just thought, I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to try. So contacted her. And then I saw the shape and I thought, well, can't keep saying I've got baby weight. My kids are teenagers. So I thought I'd give that a go as well. And that was a year ago, November, where I was interested. So I didn't actually get started straight away. And just as I was inquiring about the products, Tracy then said, well, why don't you get into the business? And, that was for me, totally straight away, it was no, I can't do it. I can't do what you're doing. I haven't got the time. And she kind of gave me a little bit of encouragement. So by the December, then I joined. And I said I was going to start the products then, start in January, get Christmas over and done with. And, just really, really go for it. And I was a bit, skeptical, is this going to work? I'd never really tried diet things before, because I'm not interested in, things like shakes or any diet pills or anything like that. I like a bit of exercise when I've got time to do it. But it was just one of those things. I just thought, right, I'm really going to get into this and have a go. And I just started straight away, and the team are absolutely amazing. They're so supportive and encouraging, and that really spurs you on. So within the first 3 weeks of using the berry capsules, my skin started to, really started to go down. The flaring up, the redness and the soreness just started to go. And within about a month, it was just gone. Apart from like slight scarring that I've got, which you can't really notice now. And I started to feel so much healthier and better in myself. I was sleeping better. The weight started to come off. I think by the March, I'd lost almost 2 stone. I was just over 1.5 stone, really. And I've maintained that, obviously put a few pounds on over Christmas, which I'm now back on plan. Again, because I want to lose another stone. So this has really helped me. I've now put the omegas to my daily routine, and I have an uplift, as you can see now, because I'm feeling really sleepy today. And my skin, my hair looks a bit of a mess today. I'm going to the hairdressers in a bit. But it's so much longer, stronger. My nails, and because of my job, and if anyone's teachers on here, you'll resonate with this. Every single holiday, I'm absolutely physically exhausted or poorly. As soon as the holidays hit, I've got swollen glands, I've got sore throats, I'm ill in bed, I pick up sicknesses left, right, and centre. It's just one of those things that, I suppose, perks of the job. But since being on these products, I've barely been ill, so touch wood. I've barely been ill, and I used to suffer with cold sores, quite badly. And I suppose that's just, overworked, tired, exhaustion, and just being totally run down. But since doing, being on the capsules and shakes, and obviously now the uplift, I've not had any of this. And it's just been, I can't tell people enough. I tell people in work, and people have noticed how my skin is going, or I feel better within myself. And people are always saying, the biggest thing as well.
I think we've lost you there, Sam. Is that Sam's signal or is that mine? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I think we'll, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, can we all say a big thank you to Sam? I think she's lost a signal there. Maybe just put in the chat. Thank you. Incredible results there. And it just goes to show, just get started on the products. Even if you just start on, one of the products and then build up, you'll just see the results, and what amazing results that Sam's got for herself. So big well done. And she didn't need to be nervous. She was absolutely incredible. But we're going to now move on to the amazing Mr. John Holowati, PMD plus in the business, and everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's an absolutely incredible leader. He just, honestly, I was on his PJ party call last night. He's just such an amazing person, just really gets behind everyone. And we all know him. I don't need to go on anymore about how amazing he is. So I'll just tell you a little bit about his story. So says you don't have to be an overnight success to be successful in network marketing. John's story proves it. In his first 90 days, he only sponsored 3 people. Describing himself as terrible at this. Imagine if he'd given up. By year 4, that had grown to 50 and then 100 in just 5.5 years. And who knew that his slow start would lead to a team with 11 leader legs and more than 15,000 reps. And he's going to talk today about short-term sacrifices for long-term results. Are you there, John?
Yes, how you doing,
Hi.
Paula? Good to see you. Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me this year for sure. So yeah,
You can pay me
brilliant. Love
later.
that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. Super excited, guys. I haven't got long to chat, so I'm just going to share a few things with you. But yeah, as the intro said there, I wasn't really that good at this business when I started it. I actually signed up thinking this is going to be easy because nobody that I knew had actually heard about Juice Plus. I thought no one knows about it. As you just heard from Sue there, like the products just make total sense. It was the capsules for me that really blew my mind. I was working as a personal trainer at the time, and anybody that's got their own business or their diaries sort of run by appointments, you'll know the deal. Like one day you're really busy, some days you're kind of stressed because you're not busy, and then when you are busy, you're stressed. And I was trading time for money. I was getting a lot of cancellations. I was in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was either training clients or trying to get new clients, and that would mean that I'd stay in the gym until 10 o'clock in the evening. So eventually I just got burnt out. I was really run down all the time, and I just thought, this isn't sustainable. It isn't healthy. You know, I'm in the health industry, and I'm not living a healthy lifestyle myself. I was overworking, certainly wasn't eating the right foods. It was literally the grab and go diet. So when I saw the products, it just made total sense to me. And I've been taking them since 2009 now, and I'll take them for the rest of my life. So my first tip for the year 2024, which rhymes with more, get some more capsules down your neck, right? Get on the capsules. If you're not on the capsules, get on the capsules, because they are the star of the show. The other products are amazing, don't get me wrong, but if there's one product, if we could only have one product out of our whole range, for me, I would say it would be the premium capsules. That's got all the scientific research and, you know, decades of positive stories. Absolutely incredible. So the product made sense to me. The business model made sense. And I was just looking for a way to earn some extra income. I'd never heard of sales coordinator. I'd never heard of national marketing director. The other positions hadn't even been created then. So it was never really about a position for me. It was about creating a little bit more freedom. And I think it's Nina Simone that said, freedom is living without fear. Who lived in a little bit of fear or a lot of fear in 2023? Right? We all did, I think, for one reason or another, whether it's directly in this business, fear about the business, you know, what's going on with all these changes, fear about the economy, fear about the war, all these things that are going on. So for me, freedom is everything, being able to live life on your terms. And I wasn't living with any freedom. I was at the mercy of my clients, and my diary dictated my day and actually my life. So the first thing that I'll say in terms of the business model is, you guys really have to figure out what you want and why you want it, because nobody joins this business to be NMD, because you don't know what NMD means, right? The NMD is just the title, National Marketing Director, but what is actually behind that phrase, National Marketing Director? What is behind that title? It's freedom, right? And that's what we're all looking for. Being able to go to bed at night without worrying about bills, being able to say yes to your kids, being able to say yes to your partner. Yes, we've got the time, we can go. Yes, we've got the money in the bank, we can do it. So I want you guys to really think about what freedom means to you, and how then you're going to create a path to making that freedom come true. And all I started to do, I actually do an exercise with a lot of people that I work with. It's called Live for Free. So what you do, you pull up your bank statement, and a lot of the times we ignore this stuff because we know it's not pretty reading a lot of the times, right? But you go onto your bank statement and you write down a list of all your outgoings, everything that comes out of your bank, right? Mortgage, rent, car payments, food shopping, all the things that come out regularly, right? You write them all down and you'll come up with a total figure. And then all I said to myself was, right, my total figure every single month, let's say it's £2,500 a month, comes out of my bank account, just as an example. And all I've got to do is start to make money from Juice Plus, make an extra 500 a month. And that takes away a big chunk of that. Now I've got the confidence and I start to build up to the next level, 500 a month to 1,000 a month. Now you're almost halfway there. So do this exercise, guys. It's the perfect time to do it because we are in the major month of momentum. If there is 1 month that you want to start this business, if there's 1 month that you want to create momentum, it is January. Everybody right now, and maybe they start on Monday, because I think this is Momentum Monday that's coming up, right? Some people are still in sort of holiday mode. The kids go back to school on Monday and stuff like that. But get really organized and get focused and say to yourself, I'm going to create 2 momentum phases, one of which is going to be a personal momentum phase. It's going to be something that I'm going to do using the product, starting a product related journey. It's going to be something that I'm going to pick a challenge. I'm doing 75 hard at the minute, right? 75 hard is it's a health and wellness program. There's a little bit of mindset in there. No alcohol for 75 days, no cheap meals, really focused. This is my personal product related journey. I'm using the products. I'm not just taking the products. There's a big difference, right? I took the products over December, but I wasn't using the products for any particular reason other than to keep the Christmas flu bug away and to strengthen my immune system and maybe cure the odd hangover, right? But now I'm using the products for a specific journey, which is my personal fitness journey to get back in shape, to be more productive. So you need to start your own personal momentum. And it happens just by stacking day by day. I'm on day 4 now. Do I feel absolutely amazing? No, I don't, right? Because I'm only on day 4. But do I feel better than I did when I woke up on New Year's Day? Definitely. So the results are pretty instant because you start to feel good about doing something good, right? Maybe you write that one down. I want to start feeling good about doing something good, because when we start to work on our body, when we start to work on our health, when we start a program, we actually have something to document. Because guess what? By doing this program, I'm now posting more on Instagram because I feel like I've got more stuff to share. I'm inspired, so I feel like I can inspire other people. And that comes personally to you guys. We are our best salespeople. It's us. We are the human billboard, right? We are the human billboard of our products. So if you're using the product for some particular reason, other than just taking it every day, using it towards a specific goal. Hey, it may be a fitness challenge. You may be walking up Snowdon. You may be doing a marathon, whatever it is. You may be doing a fitness competition, CrossFit, bodybuilding, whatever it is. You may be doing the 10K. You may be trying to drop a dress size or 2 dress sizes, whatever it may be. Set that goal and start to build towards it step by step, right? And oh, sorry, I think someone needs muting. Cheers, guys. So that's the first part of this journey. And the timing has never been better because all you're going to see now over the next 4 weeks in the newspapers, on the TV, is adverts for nutrition products, transformations, people wanting to get healthier. It's that time of year. So don't miss this opportunity. I know we say in the Juice Plus world, like every month's a great month, because it is, right? Let's be honest. But there are certain months where the wind is behind your sails. The wind is going to propel you forward. We are in the perfect season right now to be talking about detox, clean eating, smoothies, supplements, complete for breakfast, all these things. So get that message out there. The second thing that will happen when you do that is you're going to start to create more interactions. And these interactions are going to create more conversations. You can thank people for their likes. You can thank people for the comments. I've had a few this morning that I've been getting back to. Hey, thanks for the love on my story. Thanks for the comment. What are your goals this year? But weirdly enough, the person that I'm chatting to actually lives an hour away from the Memphis head office in the US, which is pretty spooky. So you never know, she might even join up as a team member. So let's see how it goes, right? But that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have started posting about my journey. So when you build your body, you build conversations, you build customer base. And from that active customer base, you've then got raving fan customers that will give you referrals, and that will help you build a team, build an organization. And the rest takes care of itself. And I go back to when I was doing pretty much nothing in this business. I kind of manipulated myself to sales coordinator. Events were going on around the UK. I just wasn't plugging into the system. When I started to build momentum, guess what? Events were going on around the country, and I had people to start to bring to events. Then I got the confidence to put my own meetings on and my own events. So once you start to build that personal momentum, you're going to get that business momentum. You're going to get confidence, guys. And here's what happens. It's really, really simple. The more action you take, the more results that you're going to get, right? We know that. You're going to get results from taking action. When you start to get those results, and some of the results will be instant. You know, you go to the gym today, you'll feel great for going. You'll get that short-term sort of endorphin release, but you'll feel good for doing good. So you've got some results there. Then you get some belief. And when you've got that belief, that creates that momentum. When you feel like you're getting this momentum, guess what happens? You start to feel good, start to feel more positive. You take even more action. You put even more action in. You start maybe working out a little bit longer, training a little bit harder, sending a few extra messages per day, putting your hand up to say, I'm going to speak on a call, getting yourself to an event and filling your car, right? All these things, it all starts to build, and it starts to stack and stack and stack and stack. Guess what happens then? You get even bigger results. When you get bigger results, you get bigger belief. When you get even more momentum, it just snowballs. And you get to a point where you actually cannot stop it. And this is kind of my bit really to wrap up. I'd never had momentum in Juice Plus. And I'll ask you guys this. When was the last time you had momentum? And it is the holy grail in our business. And when you've got it, you've got to look after it and protect it and build it. Because let's face it, we're either growing or we're dropping. There isn't really, stability doesn't exist, right? Let's be honest. You're only stable if you're moving, right? And a good example of this is go in the swimming pool and stop moving your arms and stop kicking your legs. Guess what will happen? You're going down, you're going under, right? So you've got to keep moving to keep stable, to keep that momentum, to keep yourself progressing. And it's the same in this business. But I'd never experienced momentum. I joined up in 2009. I manipulated myself to sales coordinator, just by putting a few orders under a few people, you know the deal. And I got to sales coordinator and I was stuck. That was it. I couldn't get any further. But I'd never actually realized what true momentum was. And I went to a convention in the March of 2012. And you know what? You can get momentum instantly just by taking action. But because I'd never took action consistently, I didn't get any momentum, because momentum is built. So when I said to myself at that convention, 2012, I was sales coordinator, I said, you know what? Let's make some short-term sacrifices. Let's make some really good short-term choices. And Alex said to me, just do it for 90 days. Just go all in for 90 days. And it was really funny, actually. Alex mentioned this to me at the convention, and I was rooming with Rob Molyneux, my upline. And I went out to the convention party. I think I got back to the hotel room at like 4:30 in the morning. It was a crazy party. We actually ended up in a nightclub, even though the party was a beach theme. So we're all dressed like we're ready for the beach, and we're in a nightclub in the middle of East Germany in March. I mean, it was like -4 degrees. Absolutely, people thought we were crazy, like the people that weren't part of our deal. Anyway, Rob said to me, you know, you've got so much potential. He said, but you've never even given this a go. And one thing that is going to stop you getting where you want in this business is alcohol and partying, going out too much. It's all well and good having a good time, but you're never going to build momentum because you work hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then you disappear Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then you're getting up on Monday and you're feeling sluggish again, and it's that slow build-up. I was like, you're absolutely right. So I made that decision. I'm going to go in 90 days. I'm not going to drink alcohol. I'm going to just put everything into my business. As Alex said to me, they weren't together when they gave me this info. One person gave it to me at one point in the day, the other person later on. But when I combined it, I said, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. And to get something that you haven't had before, guess what? You've got to do something you've never done before. So I just said, you know what? I'm going in 90 days. Massive action. Just going back to what I said earlier. Action to create results. 90 days I did it. Stuck to the program. Non-stop. Non-stop. Everything that I did was to build my Juice Plus business. For 90 days, it's only 12 weeks. It's not even a long period of time. Just to see. It was almost like an experiment. Just to see if this really will work. Will I get some momentum? I had a no chart on my wall. Every time I got a no, I'd write the person's name down. I was speaking to more people than I'd ever spoken to before about the products, about the opportunity. I was getting to more events. I was inviting to more events. I actually remember going to an event at Hale Country Club. James spoke at that event. It was absolutely incredible. And I had 12 guests there. Like, I didn't even have the time. Like, I felt like Basil Fawlty, you know, in Fawlty Towers when the hotel's overrun with guests and he can't keep up. I was like that, bouncing from person to person. Hey, sit here, you go there, you do this, right? You sit in this one. I'll speak to you later. It was crazy. I'd created so much momentum. I knew it was working. Guess what happens? 90 days later, in the July, I'm senior sales coordinator. There was no QSSC back then. I jumped 2 levels. If you look at the marketing plan now. So then I knew it worked. Those 90 days of sacrifice worked. Those 90 days of good choices. Guess what? If it works, do it again. Success leaves clues. Now I know it works. Now I know how to create momentum. I'm going to do it again. Had a little break, celebrated for a week, went on holiday, came back. I'm going to go in 90 days again. 90 days later, Q&MD at the Rome Convention, right? 2012, Rome Convention, Q&MD in the November. Those of you that were there will remember it very well because we had biblical rain on the Sunday, the day after the convention had finished. We were all walking around Rome and I've never seen so many people selling umbrellas. It was crazy. So again, it works. The concept works. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Celebrated, had the December to chill a little bit. Rebooted, regrouped, came into that January 2013. Simon Bowler said to me, you can do it. You can go NMD for the convention in Long Beach. And if you do it, we will pay for your accommodation and you'll get access to the 39 Club as well. He actually said, in fact, if you really dial it up, you could probably make 39 Club too. So there was me, Rob, Katie, we all had this goal. We said, we are going for it. 90 days again. Let's just put everything in. Let's kill our kryptonite, whatever it is. Yours might not be alcohol and partying. Yours might be scrolling and rolling on Instagram, Facebook, watching cats fall asleep and all that kind of stuff. Giraffes chasing lions, right? Whatever it is, you know, it might be chocolate. You might have 1 million selection boxes left, right? Whatever it is that's stopping you, that's holding you back, kill it, get rid of it. And that's all I did. I said, I'm going all in. This is so much more important to me than going out with the lads on Saturday night. I want to be in Long Beach. I want to be at that 5-star resort, Huntington Beach, in the April. So we did it again because when we know it works, we do it, repeat it. 90 days later, NMD, 39 Club. So if you go back to 12 months prior to that, I was the sales coordinator in March. 12 months later, I was national marketing director, 39 Club. And again, NMD is just the title. Do you know what it meant to me? And this is just one story because I know I've overrun. I'm going to wrap it up in a second. For the first time in my life, I went on a shopping spree without having to worry about, can I afford it? Oh, I'll put that back because I can't have that if I have that. I remember walking around Manchester it was a beautiful day. I had a smile on my face. I was going out to LA, never been before. in 3 days time. And I went into Zara in the Arndale Centre, and I just started spending money like I was a rapper. Right? It was crazy. And nothing too extravagant, by the way. It was only Zara, but it was just that freedom that I'm talking about right at the beginning, that freedom to be able to say, yes, that's what NMD 39 Club meant to me. The freedom to stay at the hotel at Manchester Airport the night before we flew out. Do you know what? We talked about it all the time. When we're national marketing directors, we're not going to be getting the taxi at 3:30 in the morning where you feel like death. We're going to get to the airport, Radisson Blu, and the lounge in the Radisson Blu overlooks the runway. And we just sat there with a couple of beers and we were like, we've done it, man. And we stayed there that night and then off we flew. So you can do this stuff, guys. It is totally there for you. This year is your year. It's our year. Let's make it happen. Kill the kryptonite. Get super focused. Inspire yourself. And once you inspire yourself, you have that magic to inspire other people. And it's crazy what you can do. The 90 days is short enough to stick to, but long enough to see results. So start it from today, guys. And honestly, you'll never regret it. Cheers.
Absolutely incredible, John. Thank you so much. I mean, what an amazing story. And if you're not inspired by that and it hasn't given you that fire to really get going this year, get some momentum in your business and just really move forward and do 90
Oh, sorry,
days.
Paula, one more thing. Can I just plug the event as well on the 20th?
Yeah, go on.
On fire. If you want to continue the momentum that you're going to have already built because you're starting right now, right? Imagine where you're going to be on the 20th. So get your tickets booked for On Fire. It's at Bolton. We've got loads of space in the room. Shay's going to be there in person as well. We've got some top class speakers. So sorry for butting in. Cheers.
Don't worry. So yeah, amazing. Get your tickets for On Fire. So yeah, as John said, get your momentum started now, and then once you get to On Fire, and then you 90 days, just see where you do the experiment. Just do it as an experiment, just like as John did. And just think, if Rob hadn't have said that to you, you wouldn't have probably done it in the first place. So where would we all be? So again, please say a big thank you to John, not just for today, but for everything else he does for everybody. And we're going to move on to a guest speaker, Stacey. Are you there, Stacey?
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Stacey. Welcome back. Have you got,
like
a minute or two just to share your story?
I will be trying to be very brief. It's a bit of a special one for me. So for anyone that may or may not know me, I was in the company years ago. So I was with Juice Plus, joined in 2015, and I actually left at the end of 2022, kind of October time. My journey with Juice Plus up until then, I hit the position of qualifying national marketing director in that time. I won't go into loads of detail because my journey was incredible. It gave me so much. I quit my full-time job as soon as I was pregnant with my daughter. My goal was to not go back to work. So I managed to achieve that goal because of Juice Plus. And I will be forever grateful for why is it saying confirm my language? I don't know why it's saying that, sorry. I'll be forever grateful for that. I was able to not miss any of those special moments with her, and also with my son starting school, all those sorts of things. And obviously with QNMD, the bonus was absolutely life-changing for us as a family. We did so much with that money. Going to 2022 and the reason that I left, and I want to share this because I'm hoping that it's going to inspire others, and I'm going to try not to get emotional, because it was a decision that I didn't make lightly, and not because I wanted to. I didn't think I'd get so emotional, so sorry. But I actually had, I'm going to not mention the word because my youngest doesn't know this, but I had cervical in 2022, which was absolutely petrifying. As you can imagine, I was 34 at the time. So anyone out there, please make sure you have your routine lady checks, because if I hadn't have had mine done, who knows where my life would have led. I may not be sat here today. So with that, my outlook on life changed significantly. And I was still running at 100 miles an hour. I've got 2 children. My life is very busy. And I don't feel like I had time to sit and really absorb and reflect what I was going through, if that makes sense. So I was also working again at this point because my business had dropped. I had to get back into like another little job, just to keep our heads above water. And, you know, my Juice Plus business unfortunately wasn't bringing in as much as I'd wanted to. And at that moment in time, I hate to say it, but I didn't have it in me to keep pushing. And I'm not afraid to admit that. You know, I was going through something traumatic, and I didn't have the fight at that moment in time. So for me, the easiest and hardest thing for me to do was to leave, to give myself a bit of break, to give myself my evenings back. I think more than anything, because that's when I generally built my business, was in the evenings when the children were asleep, to have that time back for me and to absorb what had happened to me that year. And to also be grateful, you know, to be grateful that I am still sat here. I've got 2 beautiful children. It resulted in me having a hysterectomy as well. So that in itself going through, there's one little one, it's my youngest. You know, it was a massive thing. When I left, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. I know I've probably already gone over my 2 minutes. When I left, my goal was to always come back. Okay, and I want to stress that because Juice Plus has given me so much. I like I said, I left because I needed to, for my own mental well-being, and that's what I want to stress. Not because I wanted to, because I needed to, and I needed that time. Obviously, being qualified national marketing director, that meant I had to wait 12 months until I could come back. And I remember speaking to Danny Cumru at the time, because Danny's been, I wasn't actually part of Danny's team at the time, but she's always been so supportive to me. She's always been there as a sideline, and, you know, cheered me on, even though we're not part of the same team. We think we're just very similar, Danny and I. We just click. And I remember her saying, it's all right, 12 months will fly by. I'm like, no, it won't. Like 12 months it's an insane amount of time. And I got to 6 months and I was bored. I'd had my time to reflect and I was bored again and I needed to get back into something. So I actually joined another company. And when I tell you this, there ain't no party like a Juice Plus party. There is nothing quite like Juice Plus. And I'm actually proud that that's part of my journey. I'm proud that actually I've tried something else. And again, not because I wanted to. I just needed to fill my time. So I joined on a bit of a whim just to fill that gap and wait until I could come back to Juice Plus. And, you know, I joined, and don't get me wrong, it was great. And I was successful over there. You know, network marketing is everything that I've done for nearly 8 years. And I loved it. And then it got to October, and from October, which is when I could come back, I had this niggling feeling inside of me. And Danny, I was messaging Danny, she's like, are you coming back then? And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. I think I'm quite happy now where I am. And then the time kept ticking. I kept watching all my Juice Plus girls. I'm still in contact with so many people, and the friendships that I made over those years as well is second to none. And then it got to, I think it was, I can't remember what date it was in December. And I said, Danny, just do it. Just sign me up. I keep thinking and going back, just do it. Because I know once I've done it, I'm back home. I am back home. And that's how it feels. I'm back home. So yeah, so I'm back. And within my first 2 weeks of being back, I have hit Partner Plus and Senior Partner within 2 weeks, which, so I think someone's unmuted, which is just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm so grateful. I don't expect, you know, my journey to be quick, or, you know, it's just being back home and being back where I feel happy, I feel content. I love this community. I love everything about Juice Plus. And, you know, I'm back with experience. I'm back with a completely different outlook on life in general. And I want to enjoy my journey second time round. You know, I do work now. I work full-time, part-time in the hours that my children are at school. They're in full-time, both of them are in full-time education. So I need to kind of be out of the house. You know, so my life is 100 miles an hour. So being in full-time work, 2 children that do something after school every single day, I like to say, my life is crazy. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to be, Danny and Ross are the most incredible leaders. And I feel so fortunate to be with them guys. And I'm just excited. I've got that fire in my belly again. I cannot wait to get back to some events and, you know, see all of you guys. I can see like some familiar faces and stuff, and just give everyone a big cuddle. It's going to be a super emotional reunion when I see people. So yeah, I'm just excited to see where it takes me. Like I said, I'm not pushing myself, I'm not putting pressure on myself. I think before I put a lot of pressure on myself because it was my sole income. So I put a lot of pressure on, so I wasn't probably enjoying the journey as much as I could have done. Whereas now it's not my sole income. I've got my job.
Stacey, we're going to have to move on. We're going to have
sorry,
to move
James.
on.
Sorry, I knew that I would go
worries,
on.
you're
It's
amazing,
absolutely
but
fine.
we're going to have to move on. Yeah.
I'm wrapping up anyway. So thank you so much for having me back. I'm back home.
Well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, welcome back. And
Thank you,
what an
Paula.
incredible story. Everyone
you.
send Stacey some love and give a big welcome back. And we just know you're going to smash it, and you already are. And
Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry for running over.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
Okay, have an amazing day. All right, bye.
Bye.
So we're going to move on now to Geoffrey Montagu-Smith, IMD in the business. Geoffrey is a registered osteopath and founder of the Atman Clinic in Tunbridge Wells in Kent and his London practice in the city. He practices integrated osteopathic medicine, combining many different complementary medical methods and naturopathic principles. He teaches internationally and is often asked to speak at international conferences. He has a special interest in bioenergetic medicine and the body-mind-spirit connection. Geoffrey recommends Juice Plus to all of his patients and as one of the foundational pillars of health. Can't even speak this morning. And today he's going to be talking about working the marketing plan. Are you there, Geoffrey?
I am, Paula, and everyone,
Hi.
Happy New Year, first of all.
You too.
You'll see that I'm in the clinic, so I'm between patients. Next one's due in 2 minutes, so I'm going to have to crack on. And sorry I missed the other speakers. I'm sure that everyone's done a great job. Great to see John, my brother from another mother, lining everything up really nicely. And I'm sure Sue's done an amazing job on the products. So those of you that know me, and by the way, I think you called this a Legends call. So James, I'm absolutely honoured that you think that I qualify as some kind of legend in my own lunchtime.
No question. No question.
So and also forgive the horse. I've got a croaky karaoke throat. I'm just going to say that. So we had a really good celebration over the holidays, and it's great to be on the call now and helping you guys to understand the marketing plan. I'm just going to dismiss this language thing here now. Okay, so let me share my screen. We're going to go straight in. Let me just get this shared. The first thing I want to do is I want to take you to the Juice Plus hub. When you go to the hub, you can see all of the assets that you need to run your business. I'm here to talk to you about the marketing plan. We have a long-term proposition for you. It's structured very, very carefully. I think it's the best marketing plan in the business. And if you want to find the marketing plan, you need to go into your resources section. And you need to scroll down to the United Kingdom, and you can then go to the business section and you will find what you need in this compensation plan section here. Now, you're growing an international business as well. So you're going to find all the assets you need to grow in every single country where we are operating, and the marketing plans do vary. Those of you that haven't read the marketing plan, I suggest that you take it to bed with you and read it every single night for a fortnight. And if you review the recording that we're presenting now, it might help you to understand exactly what your opportunity is with the Juice Plus company. So let me just share the screen. So the compensation plan is laid out very, very carefully and clearly in this document, which you'll download and review. So the whole point of the marketing plan is to get you to structure your business correctly from the very beginning, so you create a long-term asset that will reward you forever. I am 14 years in the business now. I'm a part-time international marketing director. My wife is a part-time QNMD. This is a perfect business model for busy people. So if you're a busy person who can get well structured and recruit good people to work with that don't need pushing uphill the whole time, this opportunity is second to none. You've heard about the products. They make sense. the pay plan makes sense, and you'll understand that once we get to the end of this process. So if you go in and you understand all the terminology from the glossary, you can then start to understand the opportunity that we have to get paid on many different levels. We have 7 different profit centers. I'm sorry, Julia, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Now let's look at each one of those as we go through. So the one that you work with initially when you sign up is called sales profit. You will register with the company. You'll be given your own unique identification number. You'll be given a replicated sales and information page, which gives your customers the opportunity to go and review the information that you've shared with them, and they can then make a decision whether they buy the product, to try it, to start to use it, to start to achieve their health goals. So once you've shared your link with them, they're buying directly from the company, and you're busy creating a user network of customers and friends, partners, people that are going to look at Juice Plus and say yes to it, because they're going to come into agreement with you that it makes sense. Now, as soon as you share your link, and as soon as people start to say yes to using the product, you're going to make a 10% sales profit on everyone that you introduce to the company. You're helping the company find customers, and they're going to reward you with a 10% sales profit. You'll also save 10% on your own product orders. You can have as many customers as you want. And the beautiful thing about Juice Plus is that when someone is well educated and when they've felt the benefits, you don't need to sell it to them twice. So the repeat sales are built in. I've got customers going back 14 years where every single month I've been rewarded for finding that customer, educating them and introducing them to the company. Now, the money that you can make on the different products is highlighted in the pay plan. So review that carefully. You can see the rewards are there. And then we can start to look at what we can do as we build our business. We're going to drive volume through our business, which is called product volume, or PV. And when you hit certain targets or certain, you could say, benchmarks, then you'll be rewarded with bonuses. So the earning opportunity that comes with the bonus program is very, very significant. It's non-time limited, and it's in addition to what you're getting paid from the standpoint of other payments from the company via commissions. There are several levels that you've already heard about. Everyone starts at the same level as partner. We're all equal as we come in. Doesn't matter what your background is. The goal is to get to sales coordinator as quickly as possible, and then teach others how to get to sales coordinator. If you're good at doing that, you will then ascend to the higher levels in the pay plan. I'm an international marketing director, part-time. As I say, this business, if you put some consistent focus into it, and if you're determined and a good student and a good communicator, the sky is literally the limit. So all the bonuses as they come through are going to be in addition to what you're earning from your commissions and other payments. And in total, it's nearly £120,000. And you can do that very quickly. As John was just highlighting, momentum and movement is key. But there are other people, tortoise and the hare. We want committed action. We want a driving force. But at the same time, you can plug away at this very steadily and build a strong, solid business for the long term. Now, we also then start to get to the point of qualifying for those bonuses. And the point I'll make here when you read this slide is that if you build a consistent business, a steady business with well-educated customers and team members who understand what's going on, qualification will be automatic. You will not have to push too hard to re-qualify for those bonuses. So a strong, stable business, well structured, will automatically have you gaining those bonuses. The next thing we need to think about are teaching bonuses. This is what we call them because we get paid these bonuses for teaching others. So we have 3 different extra allowances the total adds up to 10%. And this is extra money that you're going to get paid on orders that are going through your team as you introduce others and you teach them. If you're a sales coordinator, you're going to get paid 10% of the volume that your new partner is doing, because you have a lot to teach that new partner. So bring a new partner in as a sales coordinator, and you're going to be rewarded for working with them closely. If you're a sales coordinator and you're working with a partner plus, who might have a partner in their team, you're going to get paid 6% because there's a little bit less for you to teach the partner plus. So the company is looking at how much experience do you have and how much instruction does your team member need. And the more they ascend to the same level as you, the less you're getting paid to work with them, which is fair and reasonable. But the volume that you're getting paid that lesser amount on is obviously growing. So we're being rewarded to teach others, and that's a critical point in our business. We want others to ascend to the knowledge that we have and get to the same position that we're at. So we're getting paid to teach. So as a business mentor, you're getting rewarded for the time that you spend with your people that you're growing. Now, in the pay plan document, you'll see all the charts and all the documents about what's in the box. You know, what can you make from the standpoint of commissions when you're moving product to an end user, and the commission levels are there as well. And you can see that as a sales coordinator, we're making a lot more money from our activity than we are as a partner. So it makes sense to get to sales coordinator as quickly as possible. This is the most important part of the pay plan from my point of view. The performance bonus is a royalty on the volume that is created by the user network that you've developed. So the more you teach people and the more your business grows, and as John was saying just earlier, I heard him say that the growth is organic and you almost can't stop it. Once it gets to a certain point, you cannot stop the growth. And the reward for getting to that point it's the smallest percentage on the pay plan, but it brings the biggest rewards. And this is where we get rewarded as you know, you could say legacy partners, where we've been around a long time. The marketing plan rewards you. So please read this section very, very carefully, because if you build a strong business, if you get to sales, senior partner, sales coordinator, and if you're PB qualified, you're going to be getting this override or this royalty on the business that you've created. So to be PB qualified, you need 1,250 points. Through the partners and the senior partners in your team, and the partner plus volume is included in there as well, okay, with the customers. So PB qualification is absolutely essential. Now, once you get to that performance bonus, the structure is very, very straightforward. You're getting paid 2% and 3% on the entire volume through all legs. And that is the goal. Ultimately, guys, that's where you need to get to. Now, promote out bonus is there because if we are building sales coordinator businesses, if we are a sales coordinator and we're getting paid on the bonus, the volume that's done by the senior partners, the partners and the partner plus people in our team, you could argue that what's the incentive to bring them to the same level as me? Because that would then be cut off. If we develop a sales coordinator, which is the goal, we want a strong team of people that know what to do like we know what to do, that will then give us a qualification of 3% promote out bonus. So if we're qualified for this, and there are qualifications which are clearly outlined, we will be rewarded for developing other affiliates to the same level that we're at. So really understand this. We're incentivized to build sales coordinator businesses. All of the details are in the document. Once you get to that leadership level, the higher levels of the business are going to involve you running events. And there is a business investment bonus available. You don't need to show receipts for this. They're going to look at your volume, they're going to look at your structure, and the company are going to pay you a bonus which should be reinvested back into your business. So we use this to fund events. And just to let you know, John was mentioning the 20th in Bolton. We have an event in the Southeast with Birgit Planger. We've got Nikki Tolson. It's all been arranged by Chloe Myers, a fantastic team member that we have in our group in Team Atman. And those of you that want details, please get in touch because there may well still be tickets available. And we're going to go right into the weeds on that training. So if you're free on the 20th, then in the Southeast, there's a good training. This business investment bonus is reinvested back into those sort of events. So this will help us to grow our teams and support our new team members. And then when you get to the higher levels, NMD and above, they're going to give you a contribution towards private health insurance. So it's like a full corporate package, guys. The marketing plan is there to reward you. It's going to teach you how to structure your business correctly. And the earning opportunities are literally limitless. Without going into the details, we have something called a napkin presentation, which can really show you the full potential. But I just want to alert you to the fact that if you go into your Juice Plus hub, and if you go into the American part of the compensation plan, they publish the earnings summary. And just take a look at this for 2022. When you get to the level of sales coordinator, you can see that across the average, even people doing nothing as sales coordinators, there's $2,600 odd per year average earnings. But active members, sales coordinators, it's just over $7,000 a year. Now that's not to be sniffed at for a sort of a fairly minor league team builder. Sales coordinator is not difficult to achieve. And, you're looking at 500 a month there on average. Now, if you get to the higher levels, and you can see here that, the earnings become very, very significant. And what I want you to notice is that the activity, so these are active partners in this column, and these are all partners. Now, look at the passive nature of the income, because whether you're active or not, the income starts to become very, very passive, very similar between people who are not that active and people who are active. So do the work in the early days, build a strong organization, educate everybody well, and you can have the most amazing experience. And the detail is in, look, if you go into the marketing plan and you understand it and you read it carefully and you become a student of the marketing plan, you will build the same kind of business that we have built. Understand it. This is a serious business. £50 to sign up. I think it's less now, actually, isn't it? 30? Am I right? I think it's 30. It was £1 before Christmas, before we broke for the holidays. Don't treat it as a simple business. The investment on the front end is negligible. The potential rewards for doing the job correctly and being teachable are astronomical and life-changing. We've made decisions now as a family that we could not have made had we not had involvement with Juice Plus. We're very proud of our involvement. We've got a remarkable product, evidence-based, and a next level pay plan that is unrivaled in the industry. So now I'm going to pass you over to Steph, one of our team members, who has promised me she will stick to 2 minutes. And I'm now going to go and take care of my next patient. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you, doing this business in the cracks of a busy day. I'm living proof that if I can do this, as busy as I am, you can do it. There are no excuses. Learn, lean in, leverage, and then get rewarded on so many levels. Lots of love. Happy New Year. Always a pleasure. Steph, where are you?
I'm here. Hi, Geoff. Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Do it, my love, because I've got my patient waiting.
All right, you go. Bye-bye.
I'll catch the recording.
Bye. Hi, everybody. My name is Steph Lloyd. I'm a homeopath and a bioresonance practitioner. I live in Bournemouth, and I joined just before the convention in October. It was by chance and a series of synchronicity that came about. And as a skeptic, I got given lots of research, and I had to do my research to know that how good Juice Plus is. And as a natural healthcare practitioner, having a good nutrition is key. It is the pillar of health, and it really helps me help my patient have the basics so they can have what they need. So I am going to keep this to 2 minutes, as I promised Geoff. But I love how we can educate our patients. Yes, this is the nutrition that they need, and then they need a good diet. I love the research. I love the business opportunity. And thank you, Geoff, for making it a lot clearer, because I'm all new to this and I don't know about, for me, it was really interesting to see this. And I really love the community, the people, and the high vibration, the coaching, and all the inspiration. I think when we are in a group like this, we can really thrive. So I am really at the beginning of my journey, but I know that Juice Plus can help my patient. It's helping my family. We've been taking it for a couple of months now and really feeling the difference. And I love that's, yeah, how it's changing my life. So that's really me.
How wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. And a huge thank you to everybody who has taken part in the first hour and a bit. I'm Erin, and I'm going to be hosting the second half. Happy 2024. Oh my goodness, who else is buzzing that it's turned into 2024? I personally was counting down the clock. I am so excited, and this year has already been epic. I truly feel that there is a different energy, and I feel like this is going to be Juice Plus's year as a collective. So thank you so much for joining us today. I am going to cross straight over to our first speaker of the second half. I'm really sorry. My son has just bombarded into the room, and he knows that when mummy's hosting calls, he has to be really quiet, okay? So maybe he needs to go downstairs and get ready for gymnastics. Yes, he does. Right. This is what it's like, mum life, entrepreneurs, yeah? This is what we do. So our first guest for the second half is Marina Torsa, PMD. She signed up end of February 2009. She has 2 degrees in law and in political sciences. She used to work as a solicitor. She started with Juice Plus. Why has this jumped? She started with Juice Plus and became SC in 2 months. And then within 17 months, she was NMD. And then she became PMD in 2014. So what an epic journey so far. Marina, we'd love to hear from you. And Marina's going to be talking about why mindset is so important with your Juice Plus business.
So hello, thank you so much. Happy New Year to everybody. I could not miss this big opportunity to share with this fantastic panel you put together. James, you're amazing when you do these things. So thank you so much for inviting me over. I could not say no. Today it's a bank holiday here in Spain, and it's the day we all receive the presents. But I mean, the presence is not only receiving, but it's also giving and delivering. So for me, this is a present for you all. So thank you again for inviting me here and giving me the opportunity to share with this fantastic panel. I see Sue, I see Geoff, and all the colleagues are here. Is fantastic. So going back to, I know we're a little bit late. I will try to be short, which is not one of my qualities. That's not one of my best things, because when I go into some subject, I go all in, and I never know when I'm going to end. So coming back to the mindset, what is the mindset, or why do you need to have a mindset for success? You know what, most of the people, when they join our business, they don't really know what it's all about. Maybe they join because they're in love with the product, maybe because they like you and they want to hang with you, maybe because they are curious. So what I found out is that the people that they drop and they leave is because they they could not build in the meanwhile the right mindset to go into success. So this is why I invest a lot of my time and a lot of my energy on teaching the people about mindset. You know that techniques is something that you could easily learn. We have a marketing plan, which is really easy. You see Geoff just explaining fantastically. So this all about people, and it's all about building that mindset. For me, the mindset starts for understanding that the success, it's a process of becoming. I am not the same person. When I started, I was completely different. Obviously, I have been successful in my degrees, and I was successful in my career and everything. This is a completely different environment. So this is what I call the process of to be, to become, to have. Many people, when they join, they say, I want to be with you. I want to be like you. I want to be a PMD. So basically what they're telling you, it's I want to have what you have. I want to be where you are now. But they don't make an agreement. They don't have a kind of compromise with the process of being, the process of becoming, and the process and that leads you to have what you need to have. Right. So for me, success starts in an inner decision. It's something that you have to decide inside you. It's I want to go and I want to become, and then I will have. In that process, probably you need to understand who you are, and you need to understand that there are things that you need to leave behind, that you are not what you think you are not what you're told, and you are capable of more. Obviously, we're gonna find people that they come from different environments, different, let's say, backgrounds, right? But this is the most beautiful part of this business. When we start, we are all equal. I mean, in King Charles would start today, he will have to go to Partner Plus as well. He will have to go to all the way, and all the way learning how you get to the upper positions. And that's the most wonderful things of this business. We are all equals. In that process is, as I say, becoming and then having. So you need to understand that for doing this business and for, you know, achieving big positions of leadership, you have to leave behind what they told you that you are and what you thought you were. I always said that we were able to fly because we were not aware we did not have any wings, right? So it's just going all the way. So how do you build that system of mindset? First of all, you need to have a system of beliefs. When I started, I went like all through. And this is why I went with such a speed, because my system of beliefs was clear. My system of belief was, you know, my 3 pillars. I had a strong belief in the product. I had a strong belief in the company and in the marketing plan. And I still believe that was the vehicle that would lead me from where I was to where I wanted to be. And then I have a complete and total faith in the company as managers, as, you know, people. I had the honor to meet many times and had long conversations with John Blair, with Jay Martin. And I understood that I was in good hands. So one of the things is and then I go back into that, is you rely on what the company is offering. I see many people when they get into the business fighting. I don't like this. And why do you do this like this? Don't go into that. It's leading you nowhere. You just have to release whatever you were. It doesn't matter if you were a practitioner, if you were a solicitor. So it was here. You have to be teachable. You have to stay humble, but in the way that, exactly as I said, you could be whatever you were, but now you have to become something completely different. You have to be maybe in your previous job or what you do, you don't know how to deal with people, probably. Maybe you're a programmer, you are all the day with your computer, you don't know how to deal with people. Now you have to learn how to deal with people. Actually, I say that when you go and you get into NND, you should get the NND certificate and another in psychological and coaching people, because this is all what you learn a lot about what people, they say, it's so funny. They say, I'm going to do, and they don't do it. And they say they don't do it, they do it. It's so funny. It's about dealing with people. It's about dealing with the, you know, with the ups and downs. And the more you learn about them, and it's fantastic, the more successful you're going to be. So one of my keys of success is I was quite good at dealing with people, to giving the right person what they needed in that moment and to guide it into the process. But me, myself, I was quite humble. You heard, I have 2 degrees. I've been successful before in whatever thing I did. But when I got here, I understood I had no idea. So I gave up on what I was. And if they told me this is what you need to do, that no questions, I went into it. Then I was able to become and then to have. So I create my own magic, my own things, my own systems, my own ideas, right? So in that process, it's important that you stay teachable and you stay humble, and you are hungry for learning. I was so hungry about learning. I would not miss any training. I would not miss any lecture. I would read all the time. I was so focused. You need to stay focused. Focus is so important. You need to keep your vision in your mind. And you know what? The vision is so important. It's going to guide you all the way. So you need to build a vision of what you are going to be that day that you become and that you are going to have. That was guiding me. That was all the time the idea. I dreamt so much about the moment I would become a PND, or at that time NND. So I was just dreaming, and I would not, there were things coming on both sides, negative things, of course. I would not look into them. I just was that way, going there and going there. So that's so important. Stay focused. Stay away from complaints and negativity. I do not mean by that you need to be stupid and you need to be dumb and you just go like, I'm not meaning that. What I say is that you have to face whatever negativity comes into your life. You know that my favorite sentence is that the obstacle in the way is the way. So when life puts you something negative, some bad experience, some obstacle, something, stay with that obstacle and look into it, because it's probably you're going to learn more about the bad things and the obstacle that you're going to find the way, rather than the things that you're capable of doing actually. So you're going to learn more. Many people, they tend to stay there about complaining. There's no energy in complaining. There is nothing you're not going to obtain. But if you look into it and say, why am I complaining? Why do I see this as an obstacle? And why don't I see that as an opportunity of growth? So I'm not saying there is something that doesn't work. Okay, you say it, you be aware of what is not working, but you move forward, you jump into it. And then you will find until jumping above that, you become bigger, you grow. So stay focused, stay away from negativity itself. Run away from the groups of complainers. You know, people that their profession is complaining. You know what? I mean, there was Geoffrey here. When you stay with people complaining, after 20 minutes, your energy completely drops down. And it takes you the whole day to get out from there. If you do that as a daily activity, you're not going to get into your goals. Never. Be proactive, not reactive. That's another thing. Think about what you want to do and think about what all the opportunities that life is offering you, and then build accordingly to them. Stay coherent. Coherence for me is one of the most important things. Be the product of the product. That should be a task that you put in your daily method of operation. Stay coherent to who you are and what the mission is. That's why I said that your system of beliefs must go like this with the one we have in this company. Many times I see people posting or talking about health, talking about wealth, talking about, you know, freedom. And when I see what they post or their contents or their daily behavior, it's just the opposite. Maybe this is what they think they are or they want, but this is not what they're playing, what they are actually. So if you talk to somebody about the business, if you talk to somebody about the product from coherence, from being the process, from being the product of the product, probably that person is going to listen to you from a different corner and is going to understand everything, right? So, I mean, recently we've seen many people probably leaving, you know, the company and going somewhere else. But you know why? Because staying coherent, staying loyal, sticking into your values, sticking in what this company is, maybe it's not easy. I say always, you can lie once to somebody, you can lie once to everybody, but not lying to yourself and to everybody all the time. So that's why, I mean, these people want to go, let them go. Stay coherent. Coherence is so important. And you know why? Because when there is no coherence, that you get sick. The organization gets sick. Your group, your team gets sick. So this is why it is so important to be proactive, to build every day on daily basis to be the product of the product. And the product of the product is not only about, you know, I go there and running and everything. It's the product of the product, staying clean, playing your values every day. That's so, so important. Another thing to have the right environment, the mindset is to have the right environment. Surround yourself with people that are already successful. Surround yourself with a system of mentorship. It doesn't mean that you need to stick maybe to your sponsor. Maybe that person just joined the business, but somebody that inspires you. Could be also a book, could be somebody from other team. But, you know, surround yourself with a system of right environment. And this is what I did, basically. I remember I would jump into whatever. At that time, there was no Zoom call. It was a conference call, I remember. Maybe, James, you remember. So many of the legends here, they might remember there was this thing, you were at the conference call, 4 o'clock in the morning, they were, it was so that when you crave, you receive the right message and it's waiting for you. So that is so important, to surround yourself with people that they have the same vision as you have, the same values that you have. Otherwise, it becomes all a struggle. I could not imagine, I would say always to my team, I would not imagine that the people that went to the moon in Apollo 13 or Apollo 11, so having doubts or not knowing what to do or playing different games, I think they were all committed, they were all going into the same direction, and they all had the same background, the same ideas, you know. So surround yourself with the right environment. And if in your team, you know what? We always say this is a career that you make with your team. This is true, but at the same time, it is not true. As I said at the beginning, this is a personal and inner decision. You need to decide. There is a moment when inside you say, I'm going to go. So this is why you need to keep in your mind that the goal, it is your goal. It is always yours. Other things, complaining, my team is not doing, the people are not listening, this is all excuses. And the process is not the process itself, it's growing. Do not, you know, procrastinate continuously. This is something that I hate, and I fight for that every day. But I respect also, because sometimes I understand there are moments for, you know, staying with yourself, understanding, reading, learning, and there are moments, you know, where you you become more active and everything, but that is not an excuse for not doing every day. So, you know, great achievers, when they go to bed every day, they have a list of things, big or small, that they achieve. So I'm not sure how am I doing? How am I with my time? I don't know.
I think that is absolutely perfect. I'll hand back to Erin.
Okay, so that's what I said. So my question, if I would say my tip for you today is understanding that this is a process. To be, if you want to become a PMD, you have to be a PMD inside you. Then become a PMD, and then you will be a PMD, and you will have all the things that a PMD has. And for this 2024, James, I would like to say goodbye with something that I don't know if you can feel it. I can smell it. We are having back what our company is. We have the best product ever. We need to be proud. That's something that I also, I pray you to be proud of, of this product. Be proud with that sense of belonging. That's, so important. And when you go outside to do the business, when you go outside to talk to somebody about the product, do it from that high level. We are not like the other companies. We are not like everybody else. We're special. And that is something that you need to remember to yourself every single day. We are special. We need to be proud of belonging to this fantastic family and this fantastic company. Thank you, James, for inviting me.
How incredible was that? Thank you so much, Marina. What a way to start 2024. So thank you so much. And I think it's so true, isn't it? What we believe up here affects everything. So thank you so much. And I believe we have a guest who's going to share his story very quickly in 2 minutes. Little Senak, is that correct?
Ildiko, yeah. Is that right?
Wonderful. Brilliant. And I think, James, if you could find our guest.
Yeah, she's there, or she was there.
I'm here.
Wonderful.
I'm here. Me.
We sure can. If you could share your story, please, in 2 minutes, if that's okay.
All right. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everybody. So my name is Ildiko. I joined the business 3.5 years ago. It's going to be 4 years in March, so just before lockdown. So just a little bit about me before. Sorry, guys, I'm so nervous actually. So just a little bit about me. About my story before joining the business. So I worked in Costa in a coffee shop full time. I was really broke financially. I really hated my life, and I just wanted something to change. On top of that, I was also a qualified yoga instructor, but I didn't have. Actually, I'm so nervous. Oh my God, so sorry, guys. Gonna get really emotional with this, but. So yoga was really important for me because 5 years ago, when I had a car accident, I lost my boyfriend. And so that led me to yoga on my healing journey. So I decided that I'm going to start teaching yoga to inspire others on their health journey, but I didn't have the confidence to actually teach. So when the business opportunity came along, I decided that I'm going to give it a go and just change my life. I had no confidence. I had no money. I had no experience. I had no Instagram, no social media following whatsoever. So I could literally have all the excuses in the world why not to do it, but this is exactly the reason why I had to do it. So I joined. I hit my first promotion in the first month, and then a couple of months later, I hit my second promotion, senior partner, without team. I didn't have any team at that point. And then within a year after joining, I was able to go part-time in my full-time job. I started teaching yoga, and within a couple of months I was able to quit my job and actually go full-time in yoga, full-time with my business. So I gained enough confidence with my business. Because of the business, I gained enough confidence. I learned how to work on my mindset. Obviously the supportive community helped me a lot as well. And just one more thing I would like to add is that last year 2023, was a really difficult year because my whole team left. So I basically stayed completely on my own. And I'm just a senior partner. So I had to rebuild everything from scratch. So instead of quitting, I just decided that I'm going to give it a go. So I started to work with mentors, with coaches, and I'm just really excited for what the future will bring with this opportunity. My goal is to retire my husband from work, to be able to teach yoga on my own terms, and just to have the financial freedom to be able to stay at home with our kids when we have them in the future, to travel, and just to spend more time with our family, basically. So this is my story in a nutshell. I'm so sorry. I'm just so nervous.
Oh my God, you don't seem nervous at all. You're incredible. And, you know, bring on the comeback, right? You know, everyone that's going to be in your team, and very lucky to have you. So absolutely incredible. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we look forward to seeing you fly. Thank you so much. We are now crossing over to the wonderful Sue Burdick, PMD Plus, who's actually James Sanderson's upline.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So really part of the family today. We've really got the whole fam on board. So Sue and her husband, Bob, have been with Juice Plus for 36 plus years and have got an incredible story. So I'm going to cross over to Sue now, and she's going to be sharing, you know, how you can become successful with the Juice Plus business.
Well, hello, everybody, and thank you so much for having me on the call. James, Sue, everybody, it's so good to see you. When I started this business, I was raising 5 boys from the age of 11 up to 17. Yes, 6 years between 5 boys. I was doing things like cleaning houses, selling real estate, grooming dogs, and teaching aerobics. Bob and I had both dropped out of high school, and he was doing construction. Along the way, I was introduced to personal development, and I understood that for things to change, I had to change. And belief in anything comes from personal experience. And I have now had almost 4 decades of personal experience with this Juice Plus company. I was 37 years old when I signed my application, and I just turned 74. So I'm here half my life. It was June 8th, 1987. So I'm in my 38th year. The company was 17 years old, and Bob and I were married 17 years. We were in the midst of a huge change in our lives, and the company was experiencing huge change in their lives. We had a financial hardship that caused us to lose our house. We relocated, and it was a huge upheaval for 5 children. The company had a big change as well. It changed its sales model from direct sales to network marketing, and also had a new product. Turns out they were very good at change. They were just in the midst of experiencing a huge sales wave, and that's when I jumped in right in the middle of the sales wave. Throughout my next 37 and a half years, we have watched them manage change in many different ways. Jay Martin's vision was the guiding force through all the changes in the marketing plan, changes in the economy, changes in our product line, and even changes in the geography where we were doing the business. We were part of the growth of a handful of southern states in the US to having business in all 50 states and then advancing into Canada. When Canada opened, I was so excited to call myself an international businesswoman. From Canada, we spread all over the world, and we are very fortunate to have been a part of all that growth. That's where I met James and Sue and so many of the others, John Holowati, Shay, Marina. So I don't know how many of you know this, but Jay Martin started this company selling product from the trunk of his car. That's the boot of his car. He was out there selling product. And over the next half century, he weathered economic storms that crippled industries and actually bankrupted businesses. So we have stood the test of time, and the best is yet to come. They say that death and taxes are unavoidable, inevitable, and so is change. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. You just got to face it head on. Being a part of the Juice Plus company, as they have evolved through all the different changes, economic changes, company changes, product line changes, and the most recent change has been in our leadership. The changes that I have seen over my many years in this company have strengthened my belief, my passion, and my commitment to grow. In Travis Garcia, our new CEO, which you have met, I think, on several conference calls, and you've got one coming up, we have a visionary in the model of Jay Martin himself. Someone born from the change of migrant workers coming to the U.S., looking for opportunity, to have watched their son build a career that has now led him to be the captain of our future. I was looking for a change when I found this business, but I had no idea the massive change that was ahead of me. Bob and I are now married 55 years. Our children are grown. We have 15 grandchildren, 19 great-grandchildren, 3 generations of beautiful, healthy Juice Plus children. The Juice Plus mission of inspiring healthy living around the world has allowed us to create what Jay Martin's mission was in the very beginning, and that was to build a stable and lasting business that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. We have realized so many dreams. Being part of a company that has grown from speaking of millions of dollars in sales to speaking of billions of dollars in sales has been absolutely amazing. I know that the next half century is going to be epic. And I want you to know that in my first year in this business, I thought, I just shan't move this, sorry, cancel. I thought that my first year in the business was going to be my best year because we were able to buy back the house that we lost when I first found this business. It was a sad day in my life when we had to sell our house because of finances. And I guess I had to make the tour, do the journey from there to finding this company, to finding myself, and realizing that my first year was my worst year. Every year since then has been better than the year before, and I assure you, every year from now on is going to be better than the year you started. When I turned 70, I started a bucket list. And the first thing on my bucket list was I saw Oprah Winfrey, and she so inspired me. It was amazing to be part of her audience. I sat in an all-day class. And when John Holloway talked about spending money and going and shopping, when I spent the money to go see Oprah Winfrey, I don't want to get emotional either, but it was an enormous move for me in my life to see someone like her, who rose from, very poor girl born in Mississippi like myself. So that was the first thing on my bucket list. And then last year I dug a pond, not with a shovel, not with my hands, but I had a company come in and dig a 2-acre pond. We now have when we bought our house back, it was 60 acres. I don't know if you understand acres, but we have 300 acres now. And I dug this 2-acre pond, and my kids and grandkids are loving it. And this year, my bucket list is to learn to fly fish in my pond, and to watch my children grow, and to be here and to be part of this company, and to be here on this call, international businesswoman that I am, and to know the people on here, and to have seen the things that I've seen is hard for me to even put into words for you. But just know, like I said, the next half century is going to be epic, and I'm glad to be part of it. And I'm glad to be part of it with you, and I thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Sue. Wow. Oh, guys, come on. Who's got goosebumps? Who's got goosebumps? I do. Thank you so much. And I think we're so lucky, aren't we? Like, this isn't a flash in the pan company with people that have just started and hype. We have wisdom, and we have people that have led from the front for so long, such as Sue and Bob. So we're so grateful. And thank you so much, James, as well, for putting these together every month and bringing amazing speakers like Sue and Marina and John and everyone from around the world to pass on their wisdom and advice for us. I mean, you couldn't get this anywhere else. So thank you so much, Sue. And we're going to cross now to the incredible Mims, who's going to share her story, my sideline sister, a bubble of energy. Mims, if you could please share your 2-minute story for us, please.
Amazing. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Okay, so my journey started in 2009. It really started a year before that because I was watching.
I think, Mims, your connection.
For a whole year before I did anything. And oh, can you guys hear me?
It's a little bit with delay, but it looks like it's sorted itself now.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 minute. Let me just dodge. Okay, great. Okay, so my journey is in 2019, but I actually had, and I was watching someone whole year before I did anything, and I'm just going to keep going on, and I was someone who has always carried lots of extra weight on me. I've got 3 children, and I needed to do so because I just didn't feel enough was enough. And so anyway, like I said, I jumped in and did went on plan, had amazing weight loss journey, and I didn't say anything to anyone except for my partner. And just in case it didn't work, it totally worked, and I felt just absolutely amazing. And then I knew about the whole business side of things as well, but I didn't want to jump in to that side of things before I knew I had, before the products actually worked for me. So I did that, and I knew it was only our financial life was not great at the time. So basically I scrambled a £50 sign-up fee with my birthday money, my Christmas money that I basically saved and stashed. And I knew I could go ahead and help other people on their journeys because I knew I
Erin, I think we're going to have to move on. It's just not good enough. It's not working.
We're going
to have to move on. With their weight, and now I think Mims can't hear us,
etc. So I knew.
Mim, we're going to have to move on. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, maybe James, if you could mute
Mims. Not working.
Yeah, if you could mute her, that would be fantastic. No. How sad. No. How sad. Next month, Mims, we'll get you on. Get you on, definitely. And then you can hear your amazing story because it is incredible. And I think otherwise it's just not going to give it the power that it deserves. Yeah. So we are going to move on now to our final speaker, the incredible Shay O'Brien. I interviewed Shay on a Coffee Success call probably halfway through the year, wasn't it? When he had announced that he was coming back as a member and a special advisor to the board. So I'm really excited to welcome him back today. Obviously, for those that don't know, Shay joined as a distributor and he became the top earner in Europe in, I think it was 1994. He then went into the corporate side of things and now is back as a stakeholder and a special advisor to the board. And I think it's really incredible because, he knows what it's like to be a distributor. So how lucky are we that we have someone with our experience who's now involved in helping the company organize things. And I think that that's really, really special and is going to have a huge impact on all of our lives. So Shay is going to speak to us about what it takes to become successful in Juice Plus. So Shay, take it away.
Well, hello, everyone. Great to be here. As always, all you beautiful people out there, look at you, all those Juice Plus faces. It's just so obvious with the freshness, the vitality that I'm in the right Zoom call here. That's the one thing we know. We walk into a Juice Plus meeting room and I'm in the right room. Sometimes if you go to a hotel into a conference and there's all these rooms. Years ago, actually, I do remember one time we had this room. There was 500 NMDs in the US. And it was one of those sort of just set up like a regular conference. And there was one Coca-Cola had been taken out the back, whereas everyone else had the water. And I remember Jay Martin, the founder, saying, who had the Coca-Cola? There was one person in the room had gone for the Coca-Cola. You probably remember that, Sue. But that was, that's kind of who we are. That's what we do. I've been really interested over Christmas, really getting into, have you anyone been looking at Brian Johnson, that guy who's trying to reverse his DNA? it's become sort of super interesting, but we've been doing this forever, you know. That's sort of a new thing people are getting into, but that's what we do. You know, we've been teaching people how to eat better as part of our program, how to exercise better. We're sort of saying, listen, get out there, walk in nature, do exercise, kind of promote people to really be focused on their mental health and to, you know, stay motivated, stay positive. And then obviously nutrition, that's what we do. We're the king of nutrition. There's a lot of newer companies out there sort of in our space. We've been doing this 30 years. We're the most scientifically studied nutritional supplement on the planet, bar none. I'll tell you how that came around. We had so many people saying, I can't believe it. I'm taking this Juice Plus and I feel this, I feel that. This is gone, that's gone, that pain's gone. And we realized that we can't be just based on people saying, oh no, my joint ache is gone, I don't get migraines anymore, my skin is cleared up, whatever. So we decided to really go down this path of scientific studying, and that's really what sets us apart. And it's something definitely in 2024. And many of you have been, crying out towards Chloe. I know you were sort of saying to me, we need to be louder and prouder. And we do. We're really going to come out this year with a stronger strategy on messaging so we can tell people what it is we've got. We've got this amazing, incredible, world-beating, #1 in the world supplement, but we need to be able to message better. So you're going to see more of that in 24. But my topic here is how to become successful with Juice Plus with our business. I think #1, it starts in here. This is #1. Everything starts in here. It's about you sitting down, getting with a pen and paper. I mean, I just do that. I'm just full of notes here. My plans for the year, they're all around me. It starts in your mind. It starts in the head. It's a case of you saying, right, I want to change things. Most people who come in this business have not had major success before. I love asking the top distributors, about their background. What have you done? Most have not had a successful, have been truly successful. I don't mean it's a bunch of failures. I'm not saying that, but I'm about outstanding success. But what they see is they see that maybe this can be where they can have outstanding success. That was me. I went into a meeting room 33 years ago. I was sat there. I listened to Jay Martin, the founder, talk. I didn't understand what was going on, but I got an energy and a vibe that, hey, there's something going on here and I want to be part of this. And I walked into work on Monday morning and gave my resignation. Now, I never recommend that to anyone. Do not do that. But I did it and it was amazing. Best decision I ever did. But what I had to do is I had to make a decision. I'm taking that risk. My dad went crazy. He said, what are you doing? You've got a great job, a company car, you've got a future, you've got a career. You're mad. You're mad. You're in an unbelievable position. I said, Dad, I don't know what it is, but I just got that gut feeling. But what I knew I had to do was get fully immersed, fully committed, fully motivated. Just as an adjunct to that story, within 19 months, my father, he resigned from his position as managing director of one of the Jardine Matheson companies, and he joined me. So he also was mad as well. He became another mad hatter joining this business, and it was the best career he'd ever did in his whole life. So that's what can happen. But it starts with you. It starts with your health journey. You've got to get on a health journey, right? This, how you look. And I have looked better after the Christmas period, but I'm cleaning up the air with no alcohol, a dry January. And how many other people are doing a dry January? Yes, that's how it is. That's it. Christmas really knocks us off track, all that socializing. But this is, if you go to Piccadilly Circus in London, Times Square in New York, you see those massive 30, 40, 50, 60-foot billboards. Your face is that billboard. And I don't mean that you have to look like a 21-year-old supermodel. I'm on about just as I said, when I came on, I can see health in your faces in this screen. I can see that. I can see you following diet. I can see you taking Juice Plus. So when you start looking good in this area, your friends will start to say, hey, you're looking good. What are you doing? So health is the most important point of what you do. That's step #1. #2 is your mindset, your focus. part of this business is just looking after your mindset. It's easy to get dragged into negativity. We're surrounded by this 24-hour-a-day news cycles. You can go down that, that whole. It's just a landslide of my wife is walking in. I don't know what she wants, but distracting me. And but we've got to keep out of the negativity, right? Keep your mind in a positive way. How do we do that? Being on here today, would you raise your hand if you feel more positive now than you did when you first came on this call? This is what it does. We're around positive people, doing things, moving, making it happen, giving health out to the planet. This is how we stay positive. We stay connected within this group. Go to all live meetings. Drive 1, 2, 3 hours to go to a live meeting, wherever it is, wherever you live. Go to live meetings, create live meetings. Next week, we're going to start the 90 and 90, which this live event extravaganza. By the way, I love this. This is amazing. James runs this, and he also runs the live events. And we do, it's not about, when we talk about the live events, it's not about stopping this. This is amazing, right? This is what we do. We connect. But also the live events, you get that energetically. I'm not sure if I was on a Zoom call, I would have probably walked in and handed my notice in on a Monday morning. A live event does that. But this is amazing because I'm looking at people all over Europe here. I've got hands in Austria. I've got Eddie either in Portugal or in Belgium. Not sure where you are. So, we're all around the world here connecting. Eliana, where are you right now? Are you in the UK or are you in, where are you? Are you over in Croatia or somewhere down there?
Yeah.
Where?
Albania.
Albania, do you know what I mean? Here we are. So this is amazing. We're connecting from all over the world. So I love this. Whenever we talk about the live, go to live meetings, or you probably also need to just say, no, and we're also doing the Zoom meetings. So, but connecting, this keeps us positive, this keeps us focused, because there'll be people out there who will see you start to do, who are doing something, who you're on a mission, and they feel left out. They feel lonely. They don't want to get left behind. So you know what they're going to try and do? They're going to try and pull you back. They're going to kind of say, are you really going to do that thing? Is that really going to work? Are you sure you're on the right track? Are you sure that's not a scam? Are you sure that's not a pyramid? Are you sure that's legal? You're going to have all of that going on because people don't want to get left behind. But guess what? You're going to leave them behind unless they come with you. So what we do is they will see the new you. I'm talking more to the newer people, but also to all of us existing people as well. When people see your energy, your enthusiasm, your positivity, your health glow, in the end, they're like, actually, I want to be part of that. So that's what we do. That's an attraction. That's a magnet that pulls people towards you, right? So that's what we do. And guess what? By doing that, we're happier. I move every day. I go and exercise every day. Guess what that does? It creates happy hormones, happy chemicals. That's my job because I've got to lead by example. I can't tell you to do all these things if I'm not doing it. My breakfast today has been impeccable. It's been impeccable. I've had about 2 million supplements. I've had all my Juice Plus. I've had some other supplements that we will be moving into in 24, some other new things. Surprise, but other things. I'm drinking a nice drink here that, I'm pretty sure we're going to be moving into this year. Amazing. So we're going to have other exciting stuff, but the focus for this year, what it really is going to be? Capsules. You're going to hear all about that. So for the new people, you need to be on our capsules. You need to be on the capsules in the morning, 2, 3, or 4 to suit your palate. I think 4 is better than 2, but 2 is pretty good. And then again in the evening with dinner, the capsules, 2, 3, and 4 capsules. And then in between, we're going to have the other juice products that we love, right? That's what 2024 is all about. That's the message. That's what I'm hearing from all the top super leaders around Europe, so that everyone knows what we do. Because I think maybe 22 and 23, we're a bit like, maybe we do a bit of this, maybe we do a bit of that. No, we're going to need this solid focus, and capsules is what creates the most solid business. Do you know what the most solid business in the world, the highest performing per capita business is? Who knows what country that is? Anyone here, just jump on if you want and unmute yourself and give me a country and tell me what you think this is. the highest performing, the most solid market in the world for the company. Highest per capita. Israel is the answer. They do like so much more per head, and it's all about capsules. By the way, the American business is pretty solid as well. In Europe, we tend to be, we've been so mixed with our messaging. It's been a bit, it's not been as stable as we want. And what we've done is we kind of took a zoom out at the company. We've analyzed all the strongest businesses by distributorship. So that, you know, those of you who have the strongest businesses, and by country, then we've analyzed what are they doing? Capsule focus. So that's where it is. So it's our job to sort of come and say, hey guys, here's the data. That's what you need to do. The other bit is live meetings. And Israel, it's all live meetings, online as well, and all capsules, right? And then we looked at the fastest growing distributors of 23, live meetings, live meetings, live meetings. So they're the two things, you know, that's how to be successful in this business. But this as well, because this is how, I mean, I see this is how we introduce people into the family, then we get them to a live meeting. So, okay, I've not got long. I could really do 5 hours here easily, but I've got to sort of wrap up pretty soon. And it's never long enough. You know, that's it. That's how it is. There's so many exciting things to share. What I can tell you guys about this business is we can give you everything you need, whatever lifestyle you want to have, whether it's, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, it's going to take you some time. It's not going to happen in a year. It's going to be several years. Depends on you how that happens, but you can be. And we've got so many examples of that. Or the other thing is, I just want to leave my job. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to work too hard, but I hate my job. So I just want something to match my work income. We can do that for you. Or number 3 is, I just want to be part of a healthy community that's pushing me to my better self so I can be happier, healthier, and give more, you know, just give more to people because I'm in a better space. You know when you're in a bad mood, you know when you feel, I don't know, grouchy, you're no good to anyone, you're no good to yourself. When you're in this happy, focused, positive environment, you feel great, and all the people around you are like, wow, look how positive James is. He's always smiling. I want to be around James more because he's a smiley, positive guy. That's who you want to be. And we can make you that. If you're here as a newer person, we can make you happier. We can make you healthier. We can make you vibrate more. We can make you look great. We can make you more successful in your job. Other people just want to be in our community so they do better in their job. We can do all of that. We're whatever you want us to be, right? But it does take work. It does take focus. It does take energy. It takes contribution, giving before you're receiving. We all help each other out. That's the community. That's what Juice Plus is all about. You all know if you call me and say, I need help, you know I'm going to help you. I know that you phone each other and say, I need some help. I know you will help each other. That's who we are. We're a positive community. It's amazing. And people have the audacity to say, is that legal? Oh, that Juicy Plussy thing. It's crazy, but that's just how, you know, anyone that stands out that becomes more, people want to pull them back. So you remember that. So if you've not had anyone pulling you back so far, that is coming, let me tell you. And then you go, that was that thing that Shay talked about on the call. That person trying to be negative to me. I want to be bigger, better, faster, stronger in my life. And they're trying to pull me down. They will. But you have to be big enough to realize that's just how it is. And those people that will pull you down, guess what? They're probably going to be your partner in a year in this business, a team member in a year, in 6 months, in 2 years, in 3 years. And they'll say to you, why didn't you tell me earlier about Juice Plus? I've heard that so many times. Why didn't you tell me earlier? It's like, I did. And you were negative. So sorry, it was your fault, right? It was your fault, not my fault. I did. I kept on telling you, right? So it's an amazing business. I've got to really wrap up now because we're pushed for time. So just to really wrap up, be a product of the product, get on the capsules. You've got to show up in these meetings, get to live meetings if you have to. I mean, there's an amazing meeting. John Hollowatter's got a meeting with the Rhino Group up in Bolton. I'll be going up to that meeting in a few weeks. Get there. Go and get around that positivity. That's what you need to do. You know, you need to be around the positive people. Fill your car up and say to someone, you're going to see something really different. You're going to feel the energy. One of my first ever meetings was actually to see Bob and Sue in London. They did a meeting in March. Don't think I finished my job then because I had to do a month's notice. I filled my car up with guys from Manchester, and we drove all the way down to London to listen to them in a hotel. And guess what? All of the people in the car signed up, right? So I had 3 distributors. I didn't do them all frontline because 2 of them are best friends, and they worked. One was underneath the other one. But that's what I got from filling up my car and saying, let's go and see something amazing. And they were inspired, motivated, excited, energized. And they were a big part of my future, my success in this business. So what's 24 going to be for this business? You're going to see a real momentum in Europe, number one, real momentum. You're going to see a slicker corporate office. You're going to see a better service from the office. We're really bringing in amazing people. You're going to see a stronger marketing message. You're going to see some new, exciting, innovative products. You're going to see better clarity. And you're going to, at the end of this year, for those of you that get on board, that get focused, you're going to have a much bigger, stronger business taking you into 25 and 26, where we're really going to reap the benefits of the focus and energy of 24. I'm sorry I can't be with you longer. Honestly, I've got so many things I want to say to you, but we've got to respect the time. Lots of love, guys. There's room at the top. We need more of you with us. It's going to be a big year for us. Lead from the front. Get on this sort of health program, be the shining beacon for Juice Plus and for health. So when we look at you, we know, wow, how many capsules have you been taking? And by the way, the other thing that's coming this year, a lot more healthcare professionals. We're really focusing on that for healthcare professionals that can share the amazing story. So for all of you out there, you're going to be part of the story too.
How incredible. And Shay, I've just got to say, James and I are hosting our next London event, 24th of February in Hammersmith, London. So if there's
I'm in Los Angeles on that day, last week of sadly I have to go to LA. It's a hard life.
That's hard. Okay, well the next one's the 1st of June, so we'll get you there eventually.
That could be, I'd love to come. I want to come. I really want to come and support your event. You guys are amazing doing the live events. I want to be there. I'm happy to support live events around the country or around Europe or whatever. I'm off to see Eddie.
Amazing. See, this is what we're about, guys. If you don't ask, you don't get. So that is our call for today, the first call of 2024, and we could not have started it in a better way, I don't think. Does everyone else agree? Everyone else feel fired up, inspired, excited? It's just, I'm buzzing. I don't know about you, but I'm like, who can I message? Who can I speak to? And, it's true. Where the energy goes, it flows. So thank you so much to all of our incredible speakers today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your guidance, your energy with us. Let's all now take that and, use it. Let's not just put down the laptop and go about our day. Let's take on board what we've heard today and really action it, because that's where the power is. Thank you so much to James for putting this together again. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much to all of our speakers, because, without you all, we wouldn't be feeling like we are right now. And I can speak on behalf of everyone that's been on this call and say that we are so grateful for what we've learnt today. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have an amazing Saturday, and let's go smash it. And I'll see you all on the February call.
Thank you all. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate. Bye.